guys, I did it again. You know the thing where I sometimes keep playing the game even after I stop recording and I end up doing things? Well, I leveled everyone and I wanted to test how gross they were, so I came up here to because well the fights up here are like really hard and well I killed everyone. Granted I didn't do it, fairly. I absolutely crowd controlled the utter frick out of everything that came out of here. I greased the doorway. I greased here. I greased here. Then I dropped roots. Then I dropped spider webs. No one could do a thing. Land chewed them all up and spit them all out. Oh, and Sela. Oh my god. Sela has hit a new power spike and it came at a cost, but she is genuinely disgusting now. Did you guys appreciate when she got her horse and she could hit twice in one turn? Well, turns out level 6 is her... I guess you could say DPS power spike. Doesn't really fit, but whatever. Okay, so I know there's something outside of this door, which is why we're in this room. These guys are a nightmare to actually fight if you don't handle them properly. I took care of them the same way I did these guys, but that meant I needed grease, so I had to rest and, unfortunately, accrue a little bit of corruption. However, after a number of attempts, I was able to get the religion check on this pit that was once filled with gore. Clean it, cleanse it, and then I was able to interact with it and cleanse some of the corruption from myself. So we can rest at least 2 more times before we end up with level 1 corruption. There's nothing here, at least that I'm aware of. As you can tell, everything over here died badly. This used to be the Minotaur. I don't remember who did that to him. I assume it was Lan. He does that. But I think that's it for up here? I can barely see. The sun is really bright out today. Okay, I know what room that is. What am I missing? It feels like I'm forgetting something. And I don't know what he's getting the Arcana checks on. It's kind of annoying. I'm not missing anything in here. Everything up here is dead. It's just... this is a graveyard. There's nothing in here. Something downstairs? Right. The stairs where we were last episode. Speaking of last episode, welcome. WeArEuS, and this is Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. How are you? Now that that's out of the way, last episode we left off near some stairs that we cleared of enemies. There were 2 Vermleks. I don't understand. I do. Well, I don't get why we don't have any help. Maybe because it's not normal mode? Do you only get assistance in normal mode when you come in here? And in core difficulty, normal difficulty. With core difficulty, you basically have to deal with all of this yourself and rely only on your own perception checks and things like that. Because the guy I'm watching, he's had an easy time of it. Granted, he's lost, maybe 1 fight, I think. I'm so sad watching him play normal difficulty, because I'm like, if this was core difficulty, and of course people who played the higher difficulties and somehow end up here are going to be like, well, this is just core difficulty, when they see how I'm just you know, ransacking the place. Now, let me go ahead and quick save, even though we were... Well, hold on. Do we have anything new to show off? Character? No. Weapons, items... Right. I remember where I got this from. I got this from a woman who was in a room. You know what? The guy I'm watching doesn't actually walk around in stealth like I do, which is the strangest thing. To me, it seems obvious. You don't know what is going to be where you're going. So you stealth. So you at least get the opportunity to take the enemy by surprise, right? It makes sense, right? But he just waltzes into a room basically as the game is designed for you to do. And surprise, surprise, and now all of the enemies know you're there and you're at a disadvantage. But the way I do it, in the case of getting this scythe from, I don't remember her name. It was something that started with an N. Anyway. Or an A. Regardless. When I walked into that room, I was in stealth. No, I think I sent WotR in, because I do that. But of course none of the enemies actually aggroed on us. She went through her little spiel about, there goes a sacrifice for our god, but no one came after me. So I went after them. Starting with Lan. You know Lan's a monster, right? So the first person, well, the shear he shot died. And from there, I set up on the enemy. Grease everywhere, spider webs everywhere. It was a shooting gallery. And Lan just mopped them up. So, it was an easy fight. The spellcaster who had this, she didn't get to do anything. She was face down for most of the fight, until I decided to clean up the oil, or the grease, and end her life. Granted, she did get an opportunity to swing her weapon, but that was the last time she ever did anything. Oh, Lan is gross. Also, you will note that we have this, though we most likely will not actually be able to use it. WeArEuS is only level 6 after all, and you apparently have to be at least level 9? Oh, no, I can use it. I can summon a single Lila Endazada, and at the 9th level, I can summon 1 Lila Endazada and 2 advanced Bralani Azadas. Good, very good. Nice, in fact. Very nice. I don't think we got any new weapons of note. You guys saw last episode, so you know everything we have now. What I did want to check, I'm going to definitely be respecking Sela again, so I can get the horse the feat that lets it wear a harness. At least depending on whether or not Sela's next level her next level and giving her another level in Paladin will allow the horse to choose, allow Mr. Ed to choose a new feat, which will have to be barding, naturally. Unless there's something just so insane, I have to have it. In which case, we'll find a way to get him to be able to wear barding. For now, I have no idea what to do with WeArEuS. He's definitely more gross than he's ever been before. He's just going to be a monster. Now, all of these that have these colored borders, these are all, I think, extended? No, they're reached. I don't know how to phrase this. They're not extended. They've had their range extended. And by range, I mean the range at which they can attack the target. Most of those were touch spells that now are ranged touch spells, and same for the colored ones here. But this button gets rid of all of those and just shows you what he acquired on leveling up. Spike growth is the one we decided to go with for his level, or for this one. He doesn't actually have the ability to use it because I didn't set these before having them rest, and I'm not going to rest right now because we don't need it. I'm not going to go through everyone else's stuff. You'll just have to figure that out for yourself. It would take way too long because I may or may not remember. I quick saved before, but whatever. And so we go through the door, get on the floor. Anyone know how this ends?
Why did you drag me here, you wench? To mock me one last time? Go on, finish me! Drink my blood, devour my soul! Just get on with it. Let me die at last.
A man who knows what he wants. Staunton lies on the floor, wounded and glaring at Minago with loathing as she leans over him.
Staunton, light of my life, don't be so silly. I could never hurt you. I brought you away from the battle to save you. My love, you don't belong in this grubby city where everyone hates you. Come away with me. You know I have always loved you.
You lying filth! You have the gall to say that to my face? But it was you. It was all you. You're the reason I lost everything. You're the reason why everyone despises me!
So it was me who brought shame upon you in front of the people you called friends? It was me who mocked you year after year, spat on you, forced you to do dirty, demeaning work like you were a drudge, and not the bravest of knights. No, it was all of them, the Crusaders and their witless queen. If you remember the day Drizzt fell, I asked you to be its new ruler. You refused, of course, you and your principles. But look what's become of you.
They talk about love, but they are really talking about a terrible disaster, like an earthquake, or a hurricane, or a shipwreck.
Perhaps there is another kind of love. But in my experience of love, if it doesn't feel like you've been through a shipwreck, then it's not worthy of the name.
But if love is like a shipwreck, which part do you play, Dayran? The rocks or the ship that gets dashed against them?
I sense the trap in your question. I take it you cast me in the role of the ship? You think I am doomed to be dashed against the rocks? And who will play the lucky rocks, I wonder? But to answer your question, I see myself as the wind. All this drama is beneath me.
I'm sorry to say that there is truth in the demon's words. The Crusaders have treated him terribly. I say this as a criminal who has been forgiven by other knights of Iomedae. But like all demons, she has built a mountain of lies and deception upon this one grain of truth.
My offer still stands. Come away from here, my love. You will rule Dresden as a king, and I will be your queen.
But if he does that, it's going to be bad for his brother. if he does decide to turn, no one's going to look at his brother the same way. And his brother feels responsible as it is. We can't let him. Let's support him. What are you hoping for, Demon? Staunton is loyal to the Crusader cause. He won't succumb to your lies.
There's no bigger lie in all of Galarian than your beloved Crusades. A century-old delusion encouraged by your disgraced queen. The only thing that is true is my love for you, my darling.
Staunton gets to his feet and looks at the eyeless Leelatu with a strange expression on his face. A mountain would sooner weep than this grim dwarf, but tears now well in his eyes.
Dearest, it's all right. I'm here. We parted again. Let's go. Come.
That's actually kind of annoying. As far as I'm aware, the audio issues aren't on my end, technically. But either way, there's nothing I can do about it. And he ran. Grasping his weapon, Staunton slashes at Minago's eyeless face with surprising agility for one of his stature, and flees upstairs.
Curses! Stubborn as a mule. Never mind, my pet. Never mind. You won't get far. You will kiss this scratch and beg for forgiveness. You will be mine. Wholly, eternally, and willingly.
I don't know about that last part, or the first part, or the second part. Well, I guess that's kind of awkward. I guess that's our cue to go upstairs, is it? Yes. Quick save. I didn't want to do a good action there, but I mean, what could I really do? I couldn't just leave him like that. He would have, I don't believe for a second he would have given in to her, but a little support never hurt, you know? Oh, don't know how I missed that. Could you guys please quiet down a bit? Oh, right, I dropped that on the ground. She can't use the tower shields. I'm actually going to have to come back down here for that bundle of armor that I dropped. If I get the opportunity, that is. Right, we have the freaking belt. We need to go to our accessories later. Okay, first things first. Erebeth is slashing at something that only she can see. Good for her. Now, this. If the wearer has the weapon finesse feat, this goes straight to WeArEuS. This amulet allows... Wait, but he should already have this... Oh, no. Yeah, no, this is not for WeArEuS. This only allows the wearer to apply the dexterity modifier in place of strength to damage rolls with all unarmed and natural weapon attacks. It's no good. Now we have Cloak of Resistance straight on his back. Color's not as good, but what can you do? Who gets the other one? Sela? That's right. Now this is the +1 spiked shield. Oh, it's masterwork too, excuse me, sir. So we're going to give her this because she's always on the front line. Now she looks like a... Well, she looks a bit more like a crusader. Still looks a little ragamuffin-y down here, but what can you do? I'd like to replace this graffitied shield. First off, heavy paws. These knee pads let their wearer... These knee pads let their wearer deal additional 1... Oh, deal additional 1 to 6 bludgeoning damage on critical hits made with... No. Unless... Can't do that. Yes. 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 Unfortunately, it doesn't actually show up on any of his knees, but what can you do? Now, lesser kinetic diadem, he doesn't have any kineticist powers. Just a normal junk ring. Amulet of natural armor +2. Give that to him. Now he has +2 natural armor. Well, this goes straight to WeArEuS. Should be holding that, so let's fix that. What is this? 3 to 13 damage. After I get these accessories sorted out. Hold on, he's not wearing anything, so let's give him this. He's always on the front line, so why not? He now has an armor class of 19, while Sela has an armor class of only 25. But he's got an armor class of 31, and once I can respec Sela, oh, it's only going to get better from there. But for now, I must wait with bated breath and see about WeArEuS' main hand weapon. His main hand weapon still does more damage, but this one is cold iron. It's also enhanced. Let's go for this one. It's not as good. Its high-end damage is way lower than I'd like. But it's also cold iron, which will help, maybe. And this, what does his main hand weapon do again? It's just a +1 flaming short sword. I guess the sound of the weapons being swapped out was a little too vulgar. Hey, he can actually use a short bow. But the Masterwork light crossbow is better. So if I get any composite short bows, I can give him one. Well, any that have enchantments. I think we're all set though. So let us move ahead, but carefully. Is Irabeth still down there fighting the good fight? Yep. Yep, she is. Oh. Well, I guess he's, well, he exists.
I'm here. Where else would I be?
Give me sight of him. Or, more specifically, give Lan sight of him. Lan! Actually, hold on. First, we'll have Morrow use his grease first. Where? There it is. I want it here. I don't want it to touch him. Now, what I have learned before we go forward, what I've learned is that multiple instances of grease stack. they have to roll multiple times in order to get through each individual one, even if they overlap. What a good day to be me. Let's move Woljif back. Oh, he doesn't have any more uses of web. That's fine, I suppose. Right, he's up there because if he wasn't, I wouldn't be able to see the Minotaur. Could you stop?
Are we in trouble yet?
There's no we. There was only bloodshed. This guy has a damage reduction of 10. Let's fix that.
I welcome their company.
Look, don't try to solicit me while I'm recording. Oh, right. Before we begin, I should also point out Archon's aura. With this, I gain, well, Dayran gains a powerful aura similar to an Archon's aura of menace. Any hostile creature within a 20-foot radius must succeed at a will save to resist the effects, or it takes a -2 penalty on attack rolls and saving throws, and to its armor class for the duration of the spell, or until it attacks, the one producing the aura. This guy's armor class is 22. It's lower than would be concerning for me. If it were at 25, I'd be much more worried than I am. But since we're here, we do have the ability to... How long does this last? 1 minute per level. He's level 6 now, so let's go ahead and do this way. First things first. A blessing for all. Then
I will see this through.
Morrow with the extra life point. I can't make use of...
Win this war.
I'm all ears.
Let's go ahead and do this. No mistakes. She has guidance. Is Mr. Ed warded? Yes. I think I can also put him to sleep, right? I'm not going to right click him because, well, that would just invite disaster. But I think I can do this to Mr. Ed. Oh, first, this. Then the mage armor for Mr. Ed.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else? Oh, right. We also got Dispel Magic. So, that's a thing. Oh, and Evil Eye, which I got for her because it basically allows me to ruin the enemy's armor class by -2, which will stack with Archon. So, yeah. With his ability to strip their armor, well, not only reduce their armor class by 2, but reduce their damage reduction by 5. This is probably me over-preparing, but it's a Minotaur. I've seen the kind of damage these things can do if they go unchecked. Let's go with the high roll. Well, hold on. There we go. Now the Perfect Strike is active. Only 22. I am saddened. So, what do we do here? How about we call down a hail of granite? Well, he would have to move to do that. Hit Wolja for 7 damage, but it was a worthwhile choice. This guy should have spell resistance of 15. I think it'd be unwise to try and use Challenge Evil, so we'll go with Smite Evil instead. What's the point of using things that the enemies have resistance to? He asked, not caring for an actual answer. Just so we're clear, I was never intending for it to do damage. The damage that this does, or that Call Stone? No, Stone Call. The damage Stone Call does is negligible. Between 2 and 12 damage. Completely worthless. But the fact that it creates rough terrain, that's where the magic is. Let's go ahead and move Sela up. And we'll hold here. Woljif will just stand here looking pretty, as he does. Darren, I'm going to have him cast Archon's Aura and move up a little. Well, in his next turn. Ember, what can she do here? Well, she can't move, so I suppose we can just wait. What are you resistant to?
Surrender or else.
The 22 damage was about 30% of the Minotaur's health. He's not resistant to anything. Can you say prone? Can you say slumber, big guy? $17 damage to the Duradnu. Nothing we can really do here. We'll just have to wait. He's too far to cast anything. That's fine. It's fine, right? It's fine. Let's move Morrow back. He doesn't belong up there. We'll delay her turn until after the enemy. Today? There we go. Good lord. Same deal here. Have him go after Sela. The giant Minotaur isn't... Is giant Minotaur... Isn't saying giant Minotaur redundant? Regardless, we're going to delay this turn as well. Someone may be in need of healing soon. And same deal here. Slowly. He put Smite Good on land. Good for us. Very good for us. Now, anyone care to see what Sela's capable of now? Hold on to your eyelids. Let's make sure we can actually see this properly. Let me move that.
The light will take you!
Now, Sela attacked with the Masterwork Spiked Heavy Shield and dealt 27 damage to the Duradnu? It has to be Duradnu. Mr. Ed, of course, attacked the Duradnu with the bite, but missed. Sela, then again, a second time attacked with the shield only to miss. The goddamn spike shield was a joke, but... well, what can you do? So, first things first, we're going to try and get Woljif in here to...
Cover me, alright?
I waited too long and the grease went away. That's my oopsie daisy. This thing is outside of the range of Archon's aura. Trying to figure out where to move him that doesn't put him in direct danger. This is 30 feet, so he has to be closer. There we go. And his saving throw failed. Good, good. So what if we do this? Actually, if we put him to sleep, let's delay her turn until after his. Yes. And so Lan can get in close, get in dirty, and this as well. So, hit him. 20 sneak attack damage reduced. Recycle, reused. Now we put him to sleep. Sleep, my giant friend. Aren't you tired? I waited too long and ended up wasting 2 uses of grease. Good lord. Whose turn is it? Morrow's? I guess I could move him up. And, well, with that, I don't even have it on the freaking bar anymore. That's annoying. With that, Scylla decides, maybe I'll just murder this thing in its sleep. Well, frick. Who the frick told Mr. Ed to be the one to attack? Oh, what can you do? He can't assassinate it anymore, right? No.
Stab you or zap you. Why not both?
Huh. Well, he did manage to hit it. What the frick is wrong with it, though? Oh, right.
I will see to your demise.
So it's suffering from the Archons. Oh, it's sickened. And that's because of the short sword that he hit it with from his main hand. It now takes a -2 penalty on all attack rolls, weapon damage rolls, saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks. Basically a -2 penalty to any and everything that it does. Or must do. There's nothing else we can really do here.
Precision and grace.
Well, grace at the very least. And Lan, clutching the fight out before the Duradnu can even get up, hits the poor prone thing for 44 damage, setting us free of its threat. You don't have to like him, but you do have to love his damage. Okay, no one got hurt there, so let's just get on out. After we do this. Why does this guy have 4 pieces of armor, 6 pieces of 7 pieces of separate armor on him? I don't understand this. I don't want to. There's also the blocker. Whenever this +1 cold iron great axe lands a hit on an enemy, the enemy must pass a fortitude saving throw or become prone for 1 round. Well, I don't think Scylla... Oh, she can. Oh. Her using the shield was entertaining. But if I wanted to test out the great axe... I do want to test it out, though. So let's. Yeah, she looks crusadery.
Godspeed.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Pretty good, yeah. Okay. Should we just run in or go in stealth?
Quiet steps. Weapons ready.
That's one big stone, no doubt about it. The city's greatest sight. Before it was tossed here upside down, that is. And apparently, this is not where we can interact with the corruption inside of it, so through the door it is. Can someone open the door? What the frick? My game must be bugged to absolute frick because no one... Like, why isn't she moving now? Oh, this is stupid. Even if I do this, well,
This is my kind of work.
oh, I didn't see this on the way through. This isn't easy enough. Oh, come on.
Let us press on.
No reason to pause.
Okay, first let's get her off of the horse. I did want to check Mr. Ed's armor. Oh, it doesn't change. Saddle up, right? So is everyone okay now? Can we finally get along? Good, 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 good.
Call me again if you need to.
The unholy symbol of Deskari, the demon lord who attacked Kenabres. Kenabres, drawn in human blood. Grody. So is that it? Or let's find out. We have to go back across though. Let's save now that everything's working properly.
This is my kind of work.
And so, we interact with the stone. Upon entering the chamber where the vanquished wardstone resides, the Crusaders could have expected many things: an ambush, deadly spells, or a horde of enemies, but not an empty hall, still and silent, with no Minago or her henchmen. Only the obelisk and glimmers of light dancing on the dirty floor. But then again, all is not as placid as it seems. Mara once again hears the seething choir. This time the voices sound louder, more insistent. One step, another, and suddenly Mara sees the wardstone not as it was a moment ago, but somehow completely different. It is no monolith emanating light. It is a cage made of pure energy. The place where Deskari struck looks like a festering wound from which tendrils of dirty red and purple darkness creep throughout the entire artifact. And there, inside, two hosts of flaming warriors are locked in battle. One is light, the other blood red. But they are all waiting. For what? Hearken unto the Light Warriors' words. The Light Warriors speak of duty, service, and sacrifices made. Their words reveal the truth of the ward stones. Each one contains a host of angels, volunteers from heaven who committed to this indefinite imprisonment in order to guard mortal kind from the demonic threat. They make no complaint, they ask no easing of their burden. If the goddess and her herald offered them the same choice again, they would consider it the ultimate honor to sacrifice them freedom for the cause. The angels know Deskari's evil plan. When the last of the light warriors falls, the wardstone will become a deadly explosive that will destroy everything around it. And the other obelisks in the chain will meet the same fate. The light warriors pray for help. They plead for someone to strike down their fallen brethren. Those who succumb to the demonic corruption are already beyond salvation. But if they are stopped, it will allow the wardstone to heal, and the light host to continue its duty. The crystal chisel discovered in the ruins of Kingmaker is the ideal weapon for this task. It will cut out the corruption along with those who have succumbed to it, and restore the wardstone's full power. The eyes of the Aeon, until now slumbering peacefully in the hero's soul, awaken. They urge the hero to look upon the wardstone through them. The Aeon's eyes wish to see. And so we do. We decide to look upon the angels with the Aeon's eyes. The eyes of the Aeon pierce through essence, matter, and time, and reveal the truth of the wardstones. The stones are just as much a perversion as the world wound itself. The demons are not of this plane, but this does not give Iomade and her herald license to disrupt the balance still further by imprisoning untold numbers of angels in stone. A crime committed in the name of good does not offset those committed in the name of evil. It only multiplies the harm. It only multiplies the harm done to the cosmic order. And as we have no other choice, we hearken unto the Red Warrior's words. The Red Warriors speak of pain and lies and disillusionment. Their words reveal the truth of the wardstones. The barrier surrounding the world wound is built on the bondage and suffering of countless angels. Every injury dealt to the wardstone these angels experience as a physical agony. The pain is driving them insane. Deceived by the hollow platitudes about duty and service, they suffer torment day after day for the sake of ungrateful mortals who do not even know their names. Enough! The Red Warriors know that their blades, now turned against their former Red Warriors know that their blades, now turned against their former brethren, hasten the triumph of Deskari and his servants. Once the wardstone has been wholly conquered by corruption, it will become a deadly weapon under the demon's control. Some of the obelisk's prisoners beg for freedom, while others pray only for death. But they all agree that this existence is unendurable. The crystal chisel discovered in the ruins of Kingmaker is the perfect weapon for a massacre. It cannot force open the door for those who wish to escape, but it can destroy the wardstone, along with all its prisoners, willing and unwilling. None will be able to claim victory, but all will be gifted a merciful death that will end their suffering once and for all. So this was less of a corruption of the wardstone than simply an exacerbation of problems that were already within it. I'm not sure what to choose here. But we must make a decision. And there it is, the fate of two angelic hosts, faithful and fallen, and The fate of Kennebrez, perhaps even all Mendev, now rests in the hero's hands. How will he proceed? Whatever this crystal chisel may be, its power is great indeed. It can destroy the stone along with all its inhabitants, or it can mend it by killing the angel defectors within. What it cannot do, alas, is free those who wish to escape, and keep the stone intact for those who wish to remain. The Aeon's eyes perceive a solution to the goddess's tinkering, one that will cost no lives. One strike with the crystal chisel at the perfect point, and the stone's magic will be destroyed, and all the angels will go to the rightful place, to heaven or to the plains of chaos and evil. The remnant of the Aeon's power draws all that is left of the Aeon's existence to the hero, urging him to put things right. But somewhere deep within the hero's soul, the familiar ire seethes, endless rage, unbridled hatred. What will happen if it's unleashed here, at the stone? So... I don't know. I am eyeballing that Ion Mystic Path, though. It's difficult to say because no, I think the answer is kind of obvious, isn't it? We're not here to do the best thing, we're just here to do the best we can. And sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong. But again, we do the best we can. We are not lawful by any means. The Ion Mythic Path would prefer that we wield the stone's magic and return the Celestials to their rightful planes. But the Ion is gone, because he decided to step outside the bounds of his role and face down Deskari. I'm not here to listen to the dead. I'm here to try and help the living. And by that, I also mean the fallen angels. Thus we quell the anger of the Red Warriors by offering them peace. Morrow addresses the furious Red Warriors not in words, but in his intentions and aspirations. The torment-wearied angels see compassion in him and also a promise of rest. One day the demons will be driven back. One day the whirlwind will vanish, like a nightmare chased away by the spring dawn. One day, the sky above Kennebrez will once again gleam a dazzling blue. When that day comes, the ward stones will no longer be needed, and the angels' watch will be at an end. Overcome by this vision, the Red Warriors drop their weapons. With bowed heads, they say words of farewell and fall into a deep sleep, one that will not be broken until the day this promise is fulfilled and they regain their freedom. The injury inflicted by Deskari still gleams scarlet within the wardstone, but the spread of corruption has been halted. The obelisk fills with a vital, healing light. The Crusaders succeeded. The angels' battle within the wardstone has ended, and the threat to the entire chain of stones has been eliminated. Of course, this has won no guarantees of safety for the future. What happened here can happen again. The Mendevians can no longer rely on Iomede's gift as they once did, but the danger has passed for now. Unable to bear such a flagrant violation of the laws of reality, the magical eyes of the Aeon fade away for good.
Suture. They're rejoicing like children. The storm is coming and none of them sees it.
Shall we add to their festivities, my lady? How about a little lightning to burn their flesh?
Oh no, Suture. We'll leave such frolics to Discari's little gnats. We are here for something else. Something I have greatly anticipated for a long, long time.
Are we supposed to know this is a thing or what? Saving game is impossible. The blisteringly vivid memory releases you and you return from the depths of the past to the present. You feel a fresh breeze on your face. The energy expelled from the wardstone has blown the roof off of the great garrison. The wardstone's energy suffuses you and through you flows into your allies.
Whoa, what the?
Ah!
What are you doing here? How? I see. Tricks from your pathetic goddess. So even Iomedae will resort to dirty tricks when you have her cornered. Don't celebrate yet, mortal. There's no one to hide you from me now.
How did Minago get here? She doesn't rush into the chamber. She's been here the whole time, but some unknown spell has stopped you and your enemies from seeing each other. That is classy. Dang, I kind of wanted to follow the Aeon's path, but he was obviously an idiot who died because of his own hubris. So yeah, I thought following my own path would probably be a wiser idea. Will I be wrong? Who knows?
Look, you're already wounded. Pathetic mortal. I'll have no trouble finishing you off now. You'll die anyway.
Looking down, you notice that the wound on your chest has opened up again. It is bleeding, as if you were hit by a sword, but there is no pain. All you feel is power filling you. Right before your eyes, the edges of the wound start to join and heal until it fully closes. Minago's face twists in frustration. The demoness looks formidable with her entourage around her, but her threats ring hollow to you now. You look at her and feel like a titan looking at an ant. Overwhelming, all-conquering power fills you. What, that little demoness? Those irritating hordes of the abyss. The gods themselves are your only equals now. Oh, now we're going to have some fun. Well, fun for me. I don't know about you.
Demons love having fun at others' expense. It would be only fair if we had a little fun at yours.
You tell him, Dayran.
We'll see who's having more fun when I've got my claws in you.
Let's not forget that Staunton is still running around here somewhere as well.
Your goddess sent you to die. You think that's a victory? All you've done is postpone the deaths of all the other mortals. And not even for very long. But your wait for death is over. You won't see what I'm going to do, little friends, because I'm going to kill you right now.
Okay.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
It appears peace talks have broken down. And Oh, we've been fully rested. Oh, this is going to be disgusting. I want all of the babaos locked down. Let's see. We'll move him up. Because you're webbed, silly. He's not. Weird. Who did he target? We have spell resistance right now. Oh, grimy. Okay, whose turn is it right now? Horse. So, I don't know why I called him Horse. He has a name. But for now, he'll just chill. What I want is to make everyone's life a living nightmare. And to do that, it's got to get a little greasy. This guy over here can still move, so we'll lock him down. What is... That's Minago. She doesn't even have a freaking portrait. We have Ember, who will hopefully be able to put this thing to sleep. That's one less problem to worry about. Lan, if you would ever be so kind as to, well, Minago's face down, just how she likes it. I don't know what you do, though. So, you need to go. 105 sneak attack damage to the rock. Nice. Because it was flat-footed. Not as nice. It does have spell resistance, so that would be an issue. They have sea invisibility, but nothing about... Huh. As long as he doesn't get hit, we're fine with that. Sela, if you don't mind, my dear, mount up. It's time to work. What? Does someone want to explain how that happened? Sela, this is a big moment. Don't mess this up for us. Now we've got Woljif. I wouldn't mind getting some of these guys off the board, but Create Pit is a little bugged for turn-based mode, as I have learned and noticed, so... Let's play it carefully, shall we? I don't think we can... Yeah. Because we used grease, so that's fine. Let's move this along now. Did he just... He just dealt AoE damage? He still has Archon Zora, so there's that. You were put to sleep and no one attacked you. Why are you up again? Not affected by the target's spell resistance. Beautiful. What? Oh, god dang it. How did I miss that? What the frick is... What is going on with this thing? It's shaken and sickened. That's not what the lightning does, so that's just... Frankly, that's just to make us feel strong. And I appreciate that. I actually want to move her up and have her cast. It's not like she can do anything else of value. So may as well make it good. Oh, she dealt 25 damage to one and missed everyone else. It's fine. Right, the mirror images. That's my fault. Right, Archon's aura can only be ended by someone who's in range of its effect. I don't understand why he can't attack this thing.
Distract them from me.
Oh, that is terribly gross. Oh, that is disgusting. I love every bit of it, too. He dealt straight up damage to them all, so I don't need to worry about imbuing his weapon with anything. All we have to do is just... He gets 3 attacks. Really?
I'll make short work of this.
Seela, if you would be so kind as to stop embarrassing us. Well, we have to get rid of the webs, so may as well start now. I'll move them over, maybe, but that's for later. Or I could just do this.
Do not hold back.
Lan, if you would be so kind, please mop these poor fools up.
You won't survive.
Did you see that?
How are you doing that? Where is your power coming from?
Alcohol. Always alcohol. There we go.
Anago! To me!
Unfortunate. That is not what I expected.
Staunton, my darling. I knew you'd come back for me.
Shut it! Get over here now. Get behind me. If you want to finish her off, you'll have to step over my dead body first. Killing me won't be a challenge, I know. But I can last long enough to give her time to escape.
What are you doing?
Don't do it. And why not?
I'm more curious to know why he's doing this. What did she promise you for your betrayal, Dresden? You must know that's a lie.
She's already given me a lot more than all you Crusaders ever did.
You don't even know me.
Understanding? Kind words. So what if it's a lie? I want to believe her lies. I've had enough to hear with yours. Your lies about forgiveness and redemption.
What? I've spoken to you literally once. Given the option, I would have told you I couldn't care less what you did in the past. Granted, you screwed up pretty badly.
You're hurting yourself, just so she can hurt you even worse later. And all that so you can feel hurt until the day you die. You're awfully silly.
Sometimes she says a good thing.
I know, girl. For me to learn any different. When I die, pour one out for the old fool.
No, I won't waste a single drop on your death. I get why he's doing this. It was painfully obvious, like basically everyone was pissing on him, but what about the people that actually believed in him? Can I get a response about that, maybe? Number one doesn't matter. He already said he doesn't care whether she's telling the truth or not. I'm not going with the evil option, and I don't like any of these. Good is terrible. Evil is terrible. I want the guy to be on our side. I kind of like him. His voice is great. That's all I need. You accidentally betrayed people because you... I was trying to look for a colorful way to say he found himself wrapped around an eyeless demon's little finger, but I couldn't. Everything I kept thinking of was vulgar, and while I would have gone with it, it just never amounted to much. Nevertheless, we have the choice before us. Again, number 2 is trash. I don't want to talk about redemption. Granted, he screwed up badly. He should make amends for that. But having been... Think of it like this. The children... Think about it like this. Children will pick on a classmate who is different for the slightest thing. He's basically as different as you can get, and all of the other Crusaders are children. Granted, again, this difference is one he brought upon himself, but they didn't help. Sure, what he did doesn't really earn him a place to be buddy-buddy with everyone, but they also shouldn't have just, well, pissed all over him because of what he did. Frankly, he doesn't have a leg to stand on here, but what? None of these options are good. I was just saying whatever came to mind while buying myself time to try and figure out something here. He doesn't care about whether she loves him or not. At the very least, we get to listen to more of his voice work.
You think I don't know that demons cannot love? You think this is news to me? I know that lying wench can truly love me. But what of it? Maybe I love her anyway. No matter what. And if I don't, what's it got to do with you?
Nothing really. I couldn't care less whether you do or don't.
But I'll go cast your spells and get out of here. I'll hold him off. Quickly! Before I change my mind.
No, my sweet. I won't abandon you. We'll leave this place together, and we'll go where we can be happy.
I don't care as long as I never see either of you again. At least trying to hurt anyone, you know? I genuinely just don't care that these two care about each other. And by that I mean, I'm fine with it. So long as they stay out of this conflict, they can spend their lives doing whatever they want, so long as no one gets hurt.
Go. Let me finally. Damn it all! Let's go!
Staunton clenches his teeth, swallowing the rest of his words. Panting, he looks between Minago and you, and back again. The demon and the traitor vanish in a magical haze. You feel the energy thrumming through your body and soul start to fade. It doesn't leave you. It hides somewhere deep down, leaving behind a small amount of incredible energy, as well as the understanding that you will one day master that inconceivably huge power. You have gained your first mythic rank as a mythic hero, starting a whole new track of development independent from your class levels. Every time your mythic rank increases, you and your companions will gain new mythic abilities or mythic feats. Your mythic rank will increase as the game's story progresses. Thank you kindly, good sir. Oh, we have a mythic point to spend. Well, I'm not timing this video. And ooh, loot. Oh,
Something wrong?
well, Jiff, if you please. You're making people sleepy. Without the sleep part. There we go. Okay, first we loot. Nothing of value, although I will take the Brimarax weapon, well, Shear's weapons, because they're masterworks. I'm pretty sure I have killed everything here. Everything in the entire Great Garrison that I can kill. I even went to the basement. Oh right, I forgot to tell you guys about this in any of the previous episodes. I went to the basement, and there were the mongrels. And there were the mongrels that I told to head back underground and wait for a signal. Now, they were down there. They had killed a few demons, some dretches. So it's not like they did a whole lot down there, but they did do something. But they're just down there now, and that's it. So I don't know what to do with that. There was also some loot down there. I don't think it was really worth the time or effort, but, well, what the frick can I do about that? Now, we have mythic levels and loot that I want to pick up. I'm still not timing this, so I'm going to go back for that loot. I'm probably just going to do this on my own, and then see you guys. Seela, please. Seela, please.
Rely on me.
Mount up if you don't mind. You're annoying me. Now, I'm going to cross this, go and pick up the rest of the stuff that I dropped so we can make pretty nice money off of that, and all of the other stuff we've collected in order to sell it. And I'll see you again once we cross back to this side to head through this door.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Make way. Warrior Queen coming through with a round for the heroes. Whoa, the heart is packed. And you considered nixing this little shindig, Beth?
I did consider it, and I am still considering it. It hasn't even been a week since the last demon was booted out of Canoblis. And we really should be in a period of mourning for all the city's fallen. But the people deserve to celebrate. And he deserves to be honored for saving the city and possibly all of Mendhov.
If you want to heap more praise on me, feel free. I mean, don't hold back. No restraints now.
Now that's how you celebrate your achievements.
Anevia toasts you with her tankard.
According to the Watch reports, there has been no demon activity whatsoever outside Canoblis. I get the feeling the fiends are as shocked by what happened as we are. What happened in the garrison, what you did, it was a miracle. I truly believe that the gods remembered us and decided to intervene.
So it appears they still have no idea about the true nature of the ward stones themselves.
Beth, come on, you agreed. No serious business today.
All right, I'm done. No more. Who would have thought we'd be celebrating a successful attack on the Grey Garrison, our own fortress, and that we'd blow the roof off the place? It's simply unforgivable.
Comes the cheerful voice of someone sitting at the far corner of the table.
While we're on the topic of the roof, there's already a rumor going around that you have been blessed by Iomade herself. And it was her power granted to you that destroyed the garrison's walls and roof. And it turns out the people want a little piece of that blessing for themselves. The townsfolk are gathering chunks of the garrison's rubble as souvenirs and talismans. And I'm sure they'll hit the black market soon enough. Oh, yeah. Here, breathe on this for me. For good luck.
As much as I would love for it to be so, I am not in fact a messenger sent by the gods. Could you not say that I am?
People who aren't divine messengers don't usually go around taking whole stories off of buildings and blowing packs of demons away. But if that's how you want to play it, then fine. I'm still keeping my stone though.
I still have not spent the point for the mystic paths for everyone yet. I might have to wait until we're done recording for all of that.
Nevi! What are you on about now?
What do you mean? Do you see many people at this table who've been personally blessed by Iomade herself?
Well, a couple perhaps.
Says the same mirthful voice that joined in before.
Iomade's blessings are not conveyed through stones. Public officials, we really shouldn't.
Erebeth looks to the end of the table where the voice originated, and her eyes widen as her words trail off.
I feel a little chastened after what you said about public officials. But I myself have acquired a few pieces of stone, and also wish to ask our hero to breathe on them for good luck. So, what now? Are you going to toss me out of this fine establishment?
The woman dressed in unshowy finery raises her eyebrows.
Your Majesty. Yes, it is I. I made the journey here to deduct the cost of repairing the garrison roof from your salary. We have not been introduced. Galfrey of Mendhov.
The woman rises from her seat, approaches you, and holds out her hand. I didn't expect to see the queen at our table.
I was most keen to see the savior of Canoblis with my own eyes.
Why not come share your table in a cozy tavern?
All right.
Your Majesty, we were just... I'll have them arrange.
Calm yourself, Commander. I deliberately came here without any fanfare because I did not wish to draw attention away from our honored hero here. My personal guard and the force I brought with me are standing watch outside the city. I ordered all your
That's her.
sentries to stand down. They also deserve a break. Every person who tirelessly fought to save Canabris will enjoy themselves today. And my reinforcements will ensure peace and order.
So will you at least join our celebration then, Your Majesty?
Please, don't Your Majesty me. We are in a tavern, not my court in Erosian. Address me as you would any comrade in arms.
Hey, buddy.
Concerning the celebration, as you can see, I already invited myself. I couldn't pass up the chance to meet the new hero all the Crusaders are talking about. And soon, not just Crusaders.
I disagree with saying this one because after something like that, people need celebration to take their minds off of things, to unwind. If everyone is constantly wound up, eventually something's going to break. So, unfortunately, I'm guessing this is just going to end the conversation, which is weird. It shouldn't be the second option if that's the case, but let's get some more voice acting, huh?
Oh, I do not doubt that, even for a moment. But we will not give them another chance to catch us off our guard. It is time to turn back the tide.
Lofty words. Do you have any ideas how?
Your Majesty, my dear cousin.
Oh, right, he exists.
Count, I admit I was surprised to learn that you valiantly joined the ranks of the city's defenders.
I wouldn't go that far.
Surprised.
He's here just to see how much fun he can have before he walks away.
I live to please you, my queen. My first thought when Discari cruelly robbed us of noble Tarandulev and half of Canabris' crusaders in one fell swoop was of you, my queen, and of how these events would weigh heavily on you. No one could have foreseen the demon attack, and we have so successfully held the defense here for 4 heroic crusades.
Do you guys mind if I go and get a towel before we continue? Because I need to wipe all of that dripping sarcasm off of myself before it stickies up my keyboard.
I'm going to drown him in the nearest well this very night.
I value your dedication and your eloquence. I hope you will continue to aid our soldiers.
Not a chance. You know that I am not made for the front lines. Excellent bash, but alas, I really must go. Important matters to be getting on with. A new shipment of wine from Keonin, and 3 beautiful creatures of the same provenance. But I will most assuredly come to say my farewells before your army departs on its campaign, which, wherever it may lead you, will undoubtedly be crowned with victory.
I shall hold you to that, Count. And now allow me to devote some time to the hero of the evening. I did not come here solely to give you this chance to celebrate, but all serious discussions and official announcements can wait until tomorrow. I have big plans for all of you, especially for you. But I want to keep you in suspense for a little while longer, so I shan't say another word. Let us mark this victory. My first toast is to you, the hero of Canabris. Now, what are we drinking?
The fires of Canabris have died down. Now the army's path leads to the walls of Dresden, a fallen citadel that the Crusaders have been trying in vain to reclaim for 70 years. The new piece on the board might give their efforts some added momentum.
a day of sorrow and pride. Sorrow because we weep for our brothers and sisters who perished in Kenobris. Pride because despite demonic treachery, our heroes repelled the attack and saved the city. I, Queen Godfrey of Mendev, declare this day the first day of the Fifth Crusade. And I am glad to introduce the one who will lead the attack on the forces of the Abyss. The hero of Kenobris, Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade. Your leader from now unto victory or death. And now it's time to rest. Everyone is dismissed. There. The troop review is finished. I'll give you some time to look around the camp, and then I shall expect your presence at headquarters.
Commander, please allow me to join you while you inspect our encampment. So, can I at least have a moment to hawk my wares? And if so, where can I go about that? This is a supply train, and this is our quartermaster, Wilsir Garms. Is that him? It has to be. It's Horga Square. Do you know what the Queen does to people who keep her waiting? I don't know, but I know better than to find out. I'm looking for somewhere to hawk my wares. Wilsir Garms, a burly soldier with an impressive beard, greets you with a broad smile. Wilsir Garms, camp quartermaster at your service. How may I be of help? Let's see what we have here. I'm going to go ahead and sell all of the junk that I have been clamoring to get rid of. Just, bated breath, eagerness, all of that. And when I am done, we'll see each other again. I'm sure of it. Or else. Okay. I have now sold my wares. And that's wonderful. We made a good bit of money. Unfortunately, things are absurdly expensive in this game. Like, the weapons, named weapons, are just disgustingly expensive. Also, this place is giving me free XP. Oh, I see. He had something smart to say a moment ago. Oh, right. None of these are going to be masterwork, so they're not even worth looking at, much less... I was just looking at him because he was walking a little stiffly, as if he wasn't used to a human body. Maybe I should check this anyway. I doubt there's going to be... Yeah. Wait. Actually... Yoink, yoink. Cold Iron Masterwork. I'm never going to use a great sword, so that's going right into my wallet. There are fighters here that Her Majesty brought from the capital. Oh, there's Mr. Ed. Anything of value? No. Cold iron, masterwork, bardish. So this guy's just tending to their weapons. What about down here? A group of soldiers is talking loudly, laughing joyfully and passing around a flask. So picture this. My sword is by the fire. There's 2 goblins about to snatch it, and 3 more are digging through my tent. And I'm sat in the bushes wearing just my mail shirt, wondering what the blast to do. An old mercenary taught me about the mail shirt. You can't sleep in armor, but it's not so bad in mail. Once you get used to it, that is. Too bad no one told me not to go into the bushes without my sword. So what did you do? What did I do? I barked like crazy. Goblins are afraid of dogs, you know, so they all went wild and started running around. I spot my sword and they spot me, so I jump over to the fire wearing nothing but my mail shirt, and I grab my sword and I yell in a big tough voice, "Oh, Inheritor! Grant me the power to crush these filthy creatures!" My sword's shining. The goblins are screaming. I jump to attack them and they fight back, but I fought them off somehow. But ever since then, I never take a step without my weapon. Sealer takes a sip from the flask. That's some story. Hey, stop gulping. Leave some for us. We've only just set off and you're drinking? And with the queen in the camp. Stop this at once. The knights quickly snap to attention. Sealer raises the flask and says loudly, "Right you are, Commander Tirabade. Here we are but drinking to the queen's health." I've got nothing for this. Not interested in taking a sip. Allow me to remind you, Paladin, that you are in an army, not a band of mercenaries. Foolishness impairs discipline. Too much fun at the camp can turn into losses on the battlefield. With all due respect, Commander Tirabade, I answer to the Knight Commander, not to you. The fact that we're fighting together doesn't give you the right to discipline me like a sergeant disciplines a recruit. Look, she's probably going to end up unconscious in the near future anyway, so we're going to give her a little bit of leeway. Lambic the Cyclops. Can we talk about getting this guy on my team? Ah, know what? That's who he is. A well-dressed old dwarf is lecturing a motley company, shaking her ladle at them belligerently. Noticing you, she flings up her hands. Good afternoon, your commanderness. Do you remember us? We're the crew from the next door theater company, the one you saved in Kenabres. Back when you weren't your commanderness yet. As you can see, we've come on the campaign with you. We signed up to clean pots and mend the soldiers' clothes. Keeping up a theater is expensive, so we all have to take side jobs. But we don't stop what we're doing. We're going to put on a play about your legendary feats. Of course, the crowd scenes are difficult. We can't find the people to play the hordes of demons, and we decided against using a ritual to summon real demons. I'm rather disturbed that was an option that was even on the table. Luckily, we have Master Kim. He's invented a way to solve this problem using sound. We caught a pig and some piglets who ran away from a burned out village. We put the piglets in a box and scare them a little, and the sound they make is just like an approaching demon horde. But the most important question is, of course, choosing the leading actor who will play the great Knight Commander. We had to write Barney over it, breaking a number of lances as well as a shovel, a rolling pin, and a set of back scratchers. But we just couldn't decide no matter what. Maybe you can help us. We have 2 candidates that are most suited to the role. One who will have the honor of conveying your heroism upon the stage, Commander. The Cyclops. He's completely tame, believe me. He has a few issues with articulation, but what a powerful physique. We'll make him a nice costume, wash him up, brush his hair. Truth be told, and I'll show you, mainly just make short heroic exclamations at the fateful moment. like onward, or we'll never give up, or my heart burns with courage. Lambkin can definitely handle the script. Do you not have any other actors who even vaguely resemble me? We're a small and poorly funded theater, and we only have a few actors, but they're all so talented, one of a kind. I've chosen the ones that are best fit for your role. Trust my vision. I have more than a few successful plays under my belt. I'm not going to threaten to have them thrown out. That doesn't make sense. It's unreasonable, in fact. Like, soldiers need entertainment too, so I guess we'll go with this one. I'm to be played by a gnome? Not a gnome, two gnomes. Rubbledum and Harfant are twins. One of them sits on the other's shoulder and puts on a long coat so they can play along tall characters. They switch places every so often, so each gets their moment of fame. And that way they each only have to learn half of the script. That sounds so ridiculously clunky. But you know what? Lambkin. Wonderful! Sorry we took you away from all the important things heroes and commanders do. We're off to rehearsal. I mean, first we'll wash some pots, then we're off to rehearsal. Let's go, you lazy lumps. Don't embarrass old grandma now. Good enough. What are you doing? What did he say the first time? I was trying to say the Knight Commander commands the Knights really fast and I almost twisted my tongue. This is a tiefling. I guess this is where they... yeah. This is definitely where they said, ooh, where they let the horses settle. I forget the actual name for it. Can I get over here? Let me at that loot. Yeah. You know, happy to serve, happy to serve. Give me the loots. Guys are trying to hide the good stuff.
Let us press on.
These are the fighters of the Eagle Watch. I personally chose everyone that's standing here, and I'm ready to vouch for each of them. So, this particular Crusader... hold on, let me scroll down to it. Right here. This particular Crusader was asking himself, so many of our own have perished, and for what? Ember naturally replies, for us to keep fighting. For a day to come when no one else will have to die. Yes, you're right. Thank you, little girl. Ember doing Ember things. That'll do. The only thing I really care about is shoring up our, let's call it, war funds. Personal war funds. Yes. Personal treasury. Even better. Scroll of glitter dust. No, and no. Good enough. Which one of these am I supposed to go in? Because I want to go in the other one. We've got Nenio here. Oh, the storyteller. The old elf smiles when he hears your footsteps. Allow me to congratulate you on your victory, and on acquiring mythical powers capable of casting down the strongest of demons. Can you take a look at the items I'm carrying? Perhaps some of them could tell us a story. I got the vials of what's it in order to restore this. Give the storyteller the broken buckle and the necessary materials. Restore this relic for me. The elf cautiously uncorks the vials and begins to work his enchantments. The essence evaporates, turning into light that streams onto the buckle. The light thickens, becoming gold. The Covenant of the Inheritor. That is the name of this relic. This buckle once adorned the belt of a glorious knight from Mendev. It is the embodiment of a promise made to a young girl by a powerful deity. A great promise that has changed much in the world. Lost a piece of a holy symbol and some magic essence, and received the Covenant of the Inheritor. And a pretty healthy chunk of XP. Nice. When you touch the restored relic, a strange vision comes to you. It's as if you can see the events that happened to it in the past. A burning sensation spreads across your chest from the very spot where your mysterious wound sometimes opens. What is this? The influence of the storyteller's spells? Or is it something else? I had a vision! The old elf frowns. How strange. You are a remarkable mortal. No one has ever shared my visions before. What do you think caused it? Perhaps these things have something to do with your destiny, or the fate of someone related to you. I do not have an answer, only advice. Seek out such relics, look for what links them all, and you will know the truth. Alright, return with new stories. I will be waiting. Oh, I also got the page you were looking for from the Great Garrison. The storyteller carefully takes the page from your hands. His fingers touch the ancient letters gently, examining them lightly, following their lines. I see myself. Young, energetic, able to see. Oh gods, have I found the key to my past? Finally, I will find out what my own mind has been hiding from me. And with him go the elven notes from the Great Garrison. The elf's expression becomes withdrawn, the wrinkles on his face soften. Thank you, Morrow. And please, follow me to my story. Let us embark on this journey together. The storyteller inhales sharply a few times and begins his story. They are leaving. People of Kyonin faced the coming earthfall and admitted that they were incapable of handling this disaster. Proud rulers, artful crafters, brave warriors, wise mages, and skilled healers. All of them hurried to the gate to Sovereign. It's actually a lot easier to say than I thought it would be. Looking around fearfully. A clean, safe world is waiting for them there. My people decided not to fight for Galarian. I'm ashamed, and I'm sorry for them. Their hearts wavered in the face of the catastrophe. But my will is strong. I am staying. My kinfolk are looking at me angrily. How dare I diminish their decision with my recklessness? My choice makes them cowards, traitors of their own home. One of them, my former mentor, looks at me bitterly. He hands me a neat notebook with a tree bark cover, in case you change your mind. With a heavy sigh, he returns to the line of those departing. Forgive me, brothers and sisters. I watched the gate of this Sovereign stone close, separating me from them. It's time for me to go too. I open my master's notebook. These are his notes about traveling between worlds. In case you change your mind. He hopes the burden I shouldered voluntarily will be too much. I will lose heart and find my way to Sovereign. That will never happen. My mouth set stubbornly. I tear my master's notebook to pieces. I used my forced pride as a shield against my fear of what is to come. Why did the elves decide to flee and not fight? The storyteller's lips purse with disdain. They are afraid to lose what they have. They were rulers, long-lived and powerful. They valued their lives and sunshine too much to enter the fight with the aftermath of Earthfall. Your mentor is a mage. Then you must be too, yes? Yes, I am an archmage, and this title is well deserved. I have acquired delicate mastery and succeeded in many areas of magic. But curiosity has always pushed me towards new knowledge since the first day of my apprenticeship. What is the Sovereign Stone? It could be pronounced Severian now that I think about it, but I like Sovereign. A magnificent crystal bent into an arch by a mighty hand of an ancient divine creator. Our great gate to other worlds. It breathes power, dreams of eternity. Why were you angry at your fellow elves? I spent many hundreds of years in Kyonin. I have always admired the way my kinfolk cared for the forest that was our home, but the rest of the world seemed to mean nothing to them. But I love Galarian, all of its places, all the forms it manifests in. I traveled widely, then came home and told my kinfolk about my travels, but they weren't interested. They only cared about Kyonin. Their lack of desire to hear about the wider world makes me sad and angry. And what happened next? Earthfall happened at night. I am standing at the top of my tower many miles to the north of Kyonin, and I see a blaze far in the south. I hear a horrendous rumble. The air is groaning, giving way to a huge rock crushing down on my world. And then a blow. A vibration that penetrates everything, reaching down into the bowels of Galarian and up to the vaults of the sky. Crunching bones, blood from burst vessels filling my eyes with darkness. Drowning in timelessness, along with countless denizens of Galarian. Never before have we been so united in our feelings. Oh my god, this is so taxing. Oh. Oh. When I come round, the darkness remains. My first terrible thought, I'm blind. But no, little by little I begin to see the stone wall. I'm alive, but why is it so dark? The answer is quick. The smell of ash everywhere. The great burnt sacrifice filled the air with incinerated particles of what was recently the continent of Aslant. Great clouds of ash covered the sky, cutting us off from the sun and the moon, dooming us to dusk at day and complete darkness at night. My heart sinks with fear. Treacherous thoughts fill my mind. Why did I stay? Why didn't I run like everyone else when I had the chance? I clench my teeth and stand up to watch Earthfall, proudly like the last Archmage of Kyonin should. Will my world really perish like this? Will I perish? No. That will never happen. I am still alive and I can fight Earthfall and the darkness. Not run from it in a blind panic like my kinfolk and my cowardly teacher. What can I do? I will not stop the disaster. I will hardly be able to save empires from the destruction. What can I do? I am but one Archmage, full, powerful, and weak at the same time. What is Earthfall? A disaster of untold proportions. An unborn planet dropped on Galarian by blind fate or someone's evil will. A blow so strong that the continent of Aslant is destroyed within moments, turned to ashes, wiped off the warmth of our star, wiped off the face of Galarian. In this burnt sacrifice, clouds of ash and dust are born, stealing our sun. Without the warmth of our star, the air cools, the soil is barren. Dark creatures crawl out of their lairs to rule. And the most frightening thing, without the sun, all hope dies in the heart. This is the age of darkness. What was that tower you mentioned? It is my retreat to the north of Kyonin. My home away from home, my observatory. From its top I watch the stars and when they were correctly aligned the other worlds as well. Here in the northern wastelands, I found the highest mountain and built a tower on top of it. On clear days, I could see the mist over the lake of mists and veils in the east. That's how high I was. What are you going to do next? I don't know. I need to think. My opponent, Earthfall, is much stronger than me. Without noticing, the storyteller raises his voice to a shout. It is merciless! It does not simply destroy life, it kills an era ending the greatness of Galarian civilizations. They will sink into oblivion, be forgotten as if they never existed. I need to think! The elf suddenly winces and is silent for a few moments as he calms his heavy breathing. Forgive me. I shouldn't have raised my voice. The story was much harder than many before it, most likely because I played the main role in it. It is so strange to see myself feel the emotions tearing me up inside, those that I felt a long time ago, and not remember them. It's like I split, becoming both the storyteller and the main character. Too bad the story ended at that moment. Please, if you find other pages covered with ancient elven writings on your travels, bring them to me. I might be able to shed some light on my past, and we will find out how my story ended, and perhaps even why I forgot it. Do I really want to try going about this? Doing this guy's voice for that long is really rough. Tell me about Earthfall. They are leaving. The people of Kyonan faced the coming Earthfall and admitted that they were incapable of handling this disaster. No, I read this already. Thank you for your stories. So, have you decided to join the crusade? I have not decided to, I'm afraid. My path and the path of the crusade lead in the same direction, but alas, they are not yet one and the same. After the demons were driven away from Kenabres, the path into the world wound became open, if only temporarily. I'm planning on using this opportunity to visit. They all fall silent. It doesn't matter now. I'd hate to bore you with the details of my venture, which may prove useless, even for myself. However, I'll try to return to the Crusaders and aid them in their confrontation with the demons after I'm done. I hope to meet you again in this world rather than the next. Let's see where this goes. Oh, that's all. I wish you interesting adventures. And the same to all of you who are watching right now. We have come upon about 2 hours worth of recording, and that's just the stuff that's going to be kept in the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here. Let's go ahead and quick save and then hard save while I'm thinking about it. We will have more Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous tomorrow. This is going up Tuesday, so yeah, there will be more tomorrow. In fact, there will be more of this all week long, Saturday and Sunday included, unless I forget or I'm just plain old lazy. And so, with all that said, we will see you next time.